Hey everybody, it's Rabbi Shmuel Pollan with the Light Unto the Nations show. And let me remind you that we have a book for sale on Amazon. It's called All In for God, and you can find it at allinforgod.com. And I just got the reports from YouTube, and there's been 13,000 minutes just this past month. 13,000 minutes, and I am so privileged to have such awesome viewers as you. And I'm going to give you a great episode that's really going to help you out as my way of saying thanks. So we've got to talk about our thoughts. As I conquer my own anxiety and depression, I am going to help you conquer your own anxiety and depression. I will remind you that if you need medication, if none of this stuff that I'm saying works at all, and you're just in a black hole, you need medication, see a psychiatrist, and they will help you out. And medication for depression is very effective these days. But for everyone else who cognitive strategies will work, let me give you the best information that you can get as far as cognitive strategies go. Today, I had maybe the best day I've had in many, many weeks. It was not an easy day, but I was able to make it the most joyful day that I've had in a long time. The same circumstances could have made this a miserable day, but with the tactics that I'm about to teach you, it was amazing. So I'm going to teach you what I use to get to that place. What I'm going to teach you today is called running self-talk. In psychological terms, we're going to be using a process called metacognition, which is the ability to think about what you're thinking about. I know it's a little hard to understand, but just think about it. Think about what you're thinking about. And the most powerful force when it comes to anxiety and depression is your thoughts. As you know, that's where the demons lie. And the beauty is you can master your thoughts. And once you master your thoughts, you will always be happy. Yes, it's possible, no matter what the circumstances. So to master them, you need running self-talk. And this is basically placing thoughts in your brain that are the most empowering and joyful thoughts possible. We also want thoughts to bring us closer to God because that's the ultimate empowerment to be close to God. Your thoughts have their way with you. Before you learn the strategy, they have their way with you and they will beat you down mercilessly. We all know that. They will beat you down. So what we're going to do is take conscious control over our mind. So when a negative thought comes, we counter it with 5 positive thoughts at least. So we overwhelm it. It stands now, you stand now a chance. And you have to like hold your ground when it comes to the thoughts. You have to protect your mind. You have to protect your territory. It's like war out there. So you got to be in control. You got to take the real estate of the enemy. You got to progress on the offensive. It's sort of like chess or any other sport where you try to get ahead of the defense and push forward, push them back, and push them out of the situation. And in this vein, we know that mantras work. It's a Hindu idea. And in another video, I give you a mantra to use. And a mantra is basically repeating a word or an idea over and over again until it takes over your mind as opposed to all the negative default thoughts. You know, the default is no good. Now we're taking mantra to a more advanced level and using different mantras for every situation throughout the day. When a negative thought comes, you don't want to fight it. You don't want to argue with it. You just want to divert your attention to the most empowering, positive thoughts that you possibly can. So if I look down at my arms and I see that they're skinny and a negative thought comes into my mind and says, girls will think you're weak and they won't like you. So that's a typical negative thought. Have you ever had a thought like that before? Watch what we do. We take on a mantra that is the exact opposite of that thought. And we say in our mind, some girls love skinny guys, and I'm going to meet one of those girls, and she'll be attracted to the strength of my mind. I'm strong mentally and physically. You take that thought, which is, you can unify that into just one single thought because you're able to do that, and just repeat it over and over again until the negative thought is drowned out and nobody can hear it anymore. And you keep coming up with these empowering, joyful thoughts throughout the day. You have to get motivated to do this well. So talk to yourself about how negative thoughts have only hurt you in your life and they do no good to anyone. And I'm sick of them and I'm not going to take it lying down anymore. Play The Eye of the Tiger or other motivational songs to get you started in doing this strategy. I look down at the work that I have to do and I say to myself, I love work. I'm going to do the best work I ever have. See how that's empowering and joyful? Throw in some gratitude. I'm so glad I have a job. Repeat that 5 times. When things go your way, amplify it. So if the light turned green right away, you thank God that this is awesome. You throw in, for the heck of it, this is the best moment of my life. It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to be positive. If the light is red for a super long time, you say, this is a growth opportunity. Let's see how well I can handle this situation. This is making my patience muscles grow. I'm going to use that patience in so many other aspects of my life where I need patience. So positive thoughts are your weapon. I'm looking at the books in my house, and the negative thought is saying, look at how much you actually read from these books. You're a loser. So you counter with, I'm awesome. I may not have read as much as others, but I understand the books deeper than any of them. And thank God I was able to afford these books, throwing in some gratitude again and connection to God, which makes you stronger. So I'm making this video and thoughts are saying, nobody's gonna like your video. You suck. And you say, excuse me, everyone who matters loves my videos. And what a privilege to be able to shed some light in dark spaces for people who are in darkness. And I can do it here and affect people all across the world. See, we're flipping it into a positive. You're at a bar and you have a drink. And the enemy says, you're a drunkard. You have no self-control. And you counter with, I'm so awesome. I can stop drinking at any moment. Say that 5 times over. What you're doing is you're taking control of the playing field. And it's like a game. And in that game, it's 5-1. You got 5 positive thoughts to the 1 thought. And then nobody wants to hear the negative thought anyway, because it's not doing any good for anyone. You play guitar. And the enemy says, you'll never be as good as Carlos Santana. So you counter with, Carlos Santana inspires me to become better than I am. I'm so grateful that I have such an amazing teacher. So you have to think for a second. You have to think about what would be positive in this situation and pull it out. Think, what would a wise elder tell you in that situation? What would a therapist tell you? This saves you money on therapy. You can do this yourself. If in general things don't go your way, your general thought can be, let's see how well I can handle this. This is making you grow. There are riots right now about George Floyd's killing. But we could look at it in a negative way and say, what the heck are they doing? They're ruining society. What the heck did this cop do? What the heck did these people do? But there's a positive spin. Let's think about how intolerant people are of injustice. People no longer can take injustice, and that shows what a spiritually developed people we are. Nobody cared about human life like this in ancient Rome. If you get the thought that we always get, I'm not good enough, I am exactly as much as I need to be for my mission in life. And I'm ready to kick butt today. to use all the faculties that I was given to fulfill that mission. There was a story with my mentor, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, where a kid was not able to keep up with the Talmud studies, and everybody was surpassing him. And he went to his principal, and the head rabbi said, just learn a little bit, and then that little bit will be considered as by God as enough. And his friend wasn't happy with that answer. So he wrote to my mentor and said that he's not keeping up and he's not able to learn as much as the other kids. What should we do? And my mentor, I don't remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of, you have a purpose, a mission in life that God gave you, and you have exactly what you need to fulfill that mission. So you're going to take what you were given and you're going to kick butt with what you were given. There's no such thing as I'm not good enough. There is exactly what you need to fulfill your purpose in this life. If a good thing happens, you say, I'm so lucky. This is the greatest day of my life. If a bad thing happens, you say, let's see how well I can handle this situation. Whatever I do is positive. Why not think these thoughts? Why give the enemy control over your mind? Your mind is the most precious real estate that there is. What will happen is the positive thoughts will become the default. And then you can be powerful and joyful every single day of your life. And I wish that for you. Going to do something like making a video, you say 5 times, I can do anything. And I just want you to know this really works. You just have to do it. My hand was kind of shaky today. So the negative thought says, you're screwed up. And I'm going to retort with, let's see how many awesome things I can do even though I have a shaky hand. That makes me awesome. The thought doesn't have to make sense. It just repeat it and make sure it's positive. So you're going to constantly repeat, I'm a winner. I'm having a great day. I can do anything. Your default can be, I'm happier today, and happier every single moment. I'm getting happier right now. If you say it to yourself, it will happen. You are where your thoughts are. That's what the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of Hasidic philosophy, said. You are where your thoughts are. So when I'm working out, the nasty voice in my head says, you can't do more reps. You're finished with your reps. Or you can, on the other side of the coin, you can think, look at how many reps I did. I'm getting better every day. Even if you aren't, just say that to yourself, because the negative thoughts don't make sense either. So why do your positive thoughts have to make sense? You can just go with it, whatever is positive. So that's the basic idea. I hope you all use it. I hope it's very effective for you, and it gives you a lifetime of the best days of your life. God bless.